Alright, y'all. Me again. You know, the Grim Reaper back at it. Listen, last night I was doing a little look-see around the old internet, you know, the WWW, if you will. And I saw that Walt Disney had his head frozen. And I don't think this is news. I think he did it a long time ago. But he did do it. And that's interesting to me for two reasons. One, you think he got like a really bad brain freeze? Do you think that like hurt? Do you think like what do you think was, how do you think he felt during the process? And two, why would you freeze your head? And so then it kind of got me thinking, right? What could a frozen head do for a man? You know, you can use it as a bowling ball if it's still frozen enough and decently round. Maybe they were trying to preserve his brain so that when they can plug him back into a computer, he can make the next Mickey Mouse, or whatever the hell he's gonna conjure up out of that little melon of his. But like, if Walt Disney froze his own head, how many other people froze their heads? You know, because like, if I died today, I would not want my head frozen. I would want it attached to the rest of my body in the ground, right? Because then I'm all together, you know, I am one. But if I were to have to, like, you know, get my head chopped off and then they put it in the bath or like the ice block or whatever, like, do you think it's frozen in just like a big block of ice? Or do you think it's like in like a liquid nitrogen tube or what? Like, I don't know. But what I do know is that it doesn't feel right to have a frozen head of anyone, Disney founder or otherwise, right? So here's what I propose we do. We unfreeze that fucker and see what he has to say. Because if he's gonna just go around freezing his own noggin, clearly there's something in there that he wants to keep. That's what I'd say. When you freeze your food, you want it to last longer. When you freeze your brain, you want it to last longer. So if we freeze or we unfreeze him and we get him to talk, I don't think it'd be that hard. Just like slap him around a little bit and he'll probably, like, what's he gonna do? Fight back? If we just make him talk, I think we could really get some answers, at least some money out of the guy. I mean, come on, if you got enough money to freeze your own head, clearly you're going places. Not to mention that he's Walt Disney. He's probably got bank accounts, you know what I'm saying? Plural. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I'm just a little thrown off by the whole concept of freezing your head, of having your dome just like sitting in a jar or in a box or whatever. It's like Futurama, except instead of Richard Nixon talking to you about God knows what, it's just Walt Disney's frozen head like staring at you. Didn't he like kids too? Like, I don't remember if that was him or not, but I do think that he liked kids. Which, you know, I mean, like, he did make kids movies, so I guess that's a good way to lure him in. Like, he was doing his whole trap thing. But I feel like we gotta leave that shit to Epstein, man. Like, we got too many of these kid lovers in our day-to-day now. It's a little much, you know? I can only deal with one major pedophile at a time. And maybe that's why they froze him, you know? Maybe they were just like, you know, it's not his time. It's not this kid fucker's chance, you know? And he will have his time when we see fit and when we unfreeze him. So maybe we don't unfreeze him. Maybe he's just gonna start like touching kids with his tongue or something when he like unfreezes. But I think that we at least need to get rid of it. Like, we can't let old brain stay in our modern day, you know, because it's gonna fuck with him. It's like time travel. Like, you know, you go back in time, there's all these rules. He's like gone forward in time. There's probably still all these rules. You can't tell your future self, like, this or this or this because of X and Y and Z, you know. So I think that to protect the children, to protect the flow of time or the space-time continuum or however the fuck that shit works, and just for the good of satisfying my curiosity, we gotta unfreeze that guy. We gotta get rid of that head. But, you know, that's just my 2 cents. Maybe it's more than 2, but it makes some sense if you know what I mean. So I'm gonna leave you with frozen heads on the brain. You know, don't get a brain freeze now. Oh my God. Yeah, man. I mean, like, I just can't believe it. I can't believe that we would do something like that. But hey, that's just me. Holla at your boy, Grim Reaper, signing out. Bazinga.